So, studies say in college that casual sex is leading to more anxiety. I guess Friday nights just got a lot less fun, didn't they? And to all of the air personalities on Spreaker, go ahead and embrace the fact that you're not going to be as good as I am. And by all means, use my show as a learning tool. Really, it's fine.
The Chris Top Program. Hi, I'm Chris Top. First off, I want to thank you for tuning into the Chris Top Program. While I try my best to keep the show as rated PG-13 as possible, sometimes things slip out, or sometimes things happen, and that's just the way live radio goes. And because this is the internet, the FCC isn't around to tell me what I can and can't do. So because of the occasional slip-up or the guess that might get out of hand, you really need to be 18 or older to listen. If you happen to be under 18, please make sure you get your parents' permission. Portions of the day's programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recordings.
You can either talk in the Chris Top Program.
I am the one and only Chris Top.
You can either talk in the Chris Top Program.
Broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment.
The VCR and the DVD, there wasn't that a back in 1970. What didn't know about the World War Web was a whole different game being played back when I was a kid. Wanna get down in a cool way, picture yourself on a beautiful day. Big bell bottoms and groove long hair, just walking in style with a portable MP3 play. You can listen to the music on the Chris Top Program. Chris Top Program. You can hear the music on the Chris Top Program. Chris Top Program. Wanna hear the music on the Chris Top Program. You can hear the talk in the Chris Top Program.
Sunny Clarksville, Tennessee.
You can hear the talk in the Chris Top Program.
This is the Chris Top Program.
And I am the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view, damn it. It's so good to be here. It's been a few days, but I'm here now, so you can go ahead and pull your life back together. You can stop being upset, and you can take joy in the fact that I'm here and I'm spending this time with you. And when I say you, I mean everyone around the world. Now, I caught some flack the other day because sometimes on my Facebook page, and I'll tell you what I wrote, if I can find it. I said, I wanted to say hello to everyone in America, in Canada, the United Kingdom, Italy, Argentina, France, Germany, and Russia. And I wanted to thank them all for listening to the show. Well, a couple of people in the chat were like, well, why don't you just thank the world, because that way you won't leave anybody out. Well, I meant to leave the other ones out because they don't listen to my show. So if they start listening to the show, then I'll put them on the list. So you need to represent your country, and wherever that may be. And if I happen to miss it, make sure you go to my Facebook page and complain, and then I'll add you to the next list. But as far as I know, those are the only countries that listen. So believe it or not, the Chris Top Program is not yet quite worldwide, but I am constantly working on it. Now, there's a few things that I want to discuss today, and I don't even know where I want to start. I know where, okay, I got it. I don't know what's going on with fast food places. I mean, sometimes I think they push the envelope a little bit too far. Now, Japan, and it usually starts in Japan for some reason, they take something that's American and then they push it to the limit. So they've upped the class ante with the Black Diamond. It's a burger. It has nothing to do with snow skiing. It features a mix of thick-cut bacon and truffle shavings. Now, this burger, it comes with a $10 price tag. Very pricey, yes. But be aware that purchasers in certain locations are entitled, and I hope you're ready for this, to sit in special chairs. I just pictured somebody sitting in a chair and then the creepy clown just jumping out. It's not like that. But they sit in special chairs. It's like they're like mini thrones. So they're covered with actual tinsel. I would be embarrassed. Yeah, I'm just going to take my black diamond burger and I'm going to go over here and sit with everybody else. I don't want to sit at the little tinsely table. I really don't. It's okay. But it's in different colors. And there's an actual tablecloth that's on the table as well. It's McDonald's, for crying out loud. It's McDonald's. You're not supposed to have tablecloths at McDonald's. I don't care what you're eating. That's not how McDonald's works. I would be incredibly embarrassed if I were to go to McDonald's and have to sit at a little table with a tablecloth on it and eat my black diamond burger. Just let me eat my black diamond burger in peace. So anyway, they've upped the par. So Burger King, I guess it's your move now.
But I got to get a double Whopper to satisfy. For dessert, how about I have one of them Dutch apple pies? My mom says I got to eat healthy, and I heard her. So perhaps give me a salad or maybe a veggie burger. But enough of this nonsense, baby. Let's get serious. I got a hunger like no other, and I'm kinda curious as to how you people be cooking them chicken tenders. You be cooking it yourself, or you be buying it from your vendors? Yo, back to the rap. I need food to start my day, cause it's Burger King, baby. And we doing it my way.
Chris Top, the king of all dorks.
So am I making you hungry when I do stuff like that? Or are you just automatically craving Burger King before 2 a.m. in the morning? And you haven't even smoked any marijuana, but you're still craving Burger King. Isn't that weird? How that works. Now, I do want to welcome everyone that's in the chat. And no, I did not forget you guys. Because I do love each and every one of you, and I do not, nor will I ever take any of you for granted. First, we have Bryn in the chat. Bryn's a little odd. All right, don't tell her. Don't tell her that I said that, though. And wabba back to you, Mr. John Gonzalez. Now, if you haven't listened to John's show, now, if you like that late-night music and you're with somebody that you love, so I wish I could like, key into my Barry White voice right now, and I would sure use it. But I just can't do it because I wasn't prepared. So if you're with someone that you love and you're in the mood for some of that love making, baby, tune into John Gonzalez. And I don't know exactly. Do you have a schedule, John? But don't worry. I mean, if you don't have anybody to practice some of that love making with, then it's still nice, mellow music to listen to, and sometimes I'll listen to it before I go to bed. Usually, I got to be honest, I listen to my show before I go to bed because it puts me to sleep like that. I mean, it's like 5 minutes, bam, I'm gone. And I know I probably shouldn't share that with everybody. But anyway, wabba back to you, John. And in case you don't know what wabba means, if you're a first-time listener, I'm not going to tell you what it means. Not yet. You're going to have to listen. You're just going to have to listen to the whole show. That's your punishment. And I do want to welcome the very lovely, vivacious Sarah to the chat. Sarah, it's so good to have you in here. Who else we got? I want to scroll on. We've got Cookie in the chat. And everybody be jealous of Cookie because Cookie is actually headed to Florida in the morning. I don't know what she's still doing up. Have no idea. But she's headed off to Florida. So everybody can be jealous of her. You can throw stuff at her if you want. Well, virtually throw stuff at her, because, I mean, you can't really. And John says, Chris, we love you back. No homo. You know, most of the time when John says that to me, he forgets to say no homo. So I kind of wonder sometimes. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying. You know, it's just... Anyway, I just want to make sure I got everybody. We got Scooter in the chat. Scooter, it's so good to see you. Scooter's all hopped up on Red Bull. See, he doesn't just drink Red Bull anymore. He actually hooks it up to an IV and he has it pumped directly into his bloodstream. I don't know how the man still survives. I have no idea. And we also have my good buddy from Down Under in the chat. We got Mel in here. Mel, it's always good to see you. See, I need to do my stupid Australian accent. How did that go? Is it That baby ate my dingo. See, I know, I messed it up. I always mess it up. I'm sorry. But it's really good to say. Oh, and Nicole's in here. And Tyson says fobble. And if you don't know what that joke means, it's an old joke. All right? It's just between me and my Canadian friends. All right? That's all. You don't have to worry about it. Now, I came across some audio that I thought was very... Well, I don't know. It depends on what I want to do first. Yeah, let's do the funny one first. I want to do the funny one because this is, sometimes there's things that you want to say to kids, but you can't say it just because it's not right. I mean, you shouldn't say it, but it's nice sometimes when someone does speak up and they pretty much say what is on our mind. So if you have kids, you're going to appreciate this. I wouldn't recommend sharing this with your kids because it will destroy them. If you know somebody that has kids, then you'll get it. You'll get it. But just listen to this, sit back, close your eyes, and just smile. And this will actually, I think, help relieve some stress. If you've been under stress, due to your children.
The following video is just for kids. If you're an adult watching this, you're encouraged to show this video to a child. Here are the things I wish adults would have told me when I was growing up. The reason adults want you to be quiet in class isn't just because they want you to pay attention, it's because they don't care about what you have to say. When you race your mom or dad and you win, they're letting you win. Don't be an idiot. They're obviously stronger and faster than you. When you fall, we laugh. And no matter what your parents say or do to comfort you, a small part of them thinks that you're a dumbass. When you cry, we know you're faking it because you wait until someone's watching before your tears start to flow. We automatically assume anything you make for us, including and especially lemonade, has pee in it. You have terrible hygiene, and your pranks lack vision and breadth. Yes, we actually can afford to buy you that candy or toy, but we'd rather spend that money on something that makes us happy instead. And that includes a vacation from you. Not with you, from you. When waiters give you balloons or crayons and special attention, it's not because they like you, it's because they want your parents to tip them better. When your hand is raised in class for 2 minutes and the teacher doesn't call on you, it's because she knows you're a smartass. When your hand is raised in class for 5 minutes and the teacher doesn't call on you, it's because she knows you want to go to the bathroom. When you go to the bathroom, everybody knows you're not going to the bathroom. You know that chicken pox you got? There's a good chance your mom intentionally exposed you to it. It's not cute to act shy when you meet people. You only get one chance for a first impression, and if you blow it with me, I will never be your friend. When people see a bus unloading a group of kids at a museum, what do you think they're thinking? That they want to play with you? Think again. They're thinking that their afternoon is going to be ruined. Kids have annoying laughs, and you will continue to have an annoying laugh until you hit puberty, and even then, half of you will never stop being annoying. If you think cooties are bad, wait till you get herpes. Your baseball games and dance recitals are boring. You can never trust a compliment coming from your parents. Furthermore, they will love you unconditionally. Think about it. You might be a terrible person, but they will delude you into thinking that you're good no matter what you do. You can't trust them. Your parents have a favorite child, even if they say they don't. If you don't know you're their favorite child, then it's not you. At one point in their lives, your parents hoped and prayed that you wouldn't be born. And for some of you, your parents never stopped praying. You haven't lived long enough to have anything interesting to say about anyone or anything. So there you have it. Now go tackle the day. Until next time, I'm Maddox.
Okay, is it just me, or did you think that was just freaking amazingly hilarious? You ever play the wrong sound effect when you don't mean to?
You can either talk in the Christoph program. Mr. Pop. Take it from the top.
You're absolutely positively in the right place. This is the Chris Top program. This is Brent Bradley with his cover of 21 Guns.
Worth fighting for when it's not worth dying for. Does it take your breath away and you feel yourself suffocating? Does the pain weigh out the pride? peace to hide? Did someone break your heart inside? You're in ruins. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky, you and I. When you're at the end of the road and you lost all sense of control, and your thoughts have taken their toll, when your mind breaks the spirit of your soul, your faith walks on broken glass, and the hangover doesn't pass. Nothing's ever built to last. You're in ruins. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky, you and I. Did you try to live on your own when you burned down the house and home? Did you stand too close to the fire like a liar looking for forgiveness from a stone? When it's time to live and let die, and you can't get another try, something inside's heart has died. You're in ruins. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky, you and
I was thinking about calling heaven and saying, hey, there's an angel missing. But I was kind of hoping you're a slut.
Hello, I'm Chris Crash Jesus Taylor from HTLA Radio 1 at HTLA973.com. You know, a few weeks back I happened upon the Chris Talk program on Spreaker.com, and I was met with feelings and love I had never before experienced with a radio show and a host of hosts. The joy and inspiration you brought to my life, Chris, with just a few simple words. The inspirational clips, the chat banter, the total hotties that you as a dork attract and maintain without effort. The king of all dorks, you proclaim, and so it is true. Chris Top, my lord, my king, I love you. When I was thirsty, you gave me Mountain Dew. When I was hungry, you fed me Muse. When I was nervous, you helped me pee. Now, from the rooftops, I shout Wabo with glee. So please join me with the chat dorks every day for another dose of the Chris Top program on Spreaker.com.
I think I just had a score. John says he's going to take me to Hooters, his treat. All I have to do is come to California. So I think that might be a pretty good deal. And I'm assuming in California you're going to have more of the faux models as opposed to the real models in the flyover states where I live. So I mean that could be something to think about. Because when you think about boobs, I mean I think I prefer the real ones because I like the way they feel. But then again, if all you're going to do is look, then I would guess that the fake ones would be fun to look at. Well, there's no they're very fun to look at. So I mean, it could be worth a trip to California if John's going to treat me. Now, speaking of boobs, casual sex in college is actually less common and less fun than you might think it is. Now, your one-night stand is trying to tell you something. There's a new study out of California State University in Sacramento that found that students who had recently engaged in casual sex showed higher levels of anxiety and depression. Now, okay, if you have casual sex, this isn't saying that you're going to automatically get depressed. I think what this is saying is people that are a little depressed tend to engage in casual sex more often. Now, the study surveyed almost 4,000 heterosexual students from 30 different colleges and found that relatively few students are actually engaging in casual sex. And that's defined as intercourse with someone that the student had known for less than a week. Now, while men were 2 times more likely to have a one-night stand, both genders reported feelings of anxiety and low self-esteem. So, I mean, does it take a person with low self-esteem, I guess, to have a casual encounter? It's a very good question, isn't it? Now, it may be that people who are depressed or anxious are more likely to seek out casual sex relationships. And like I said, it's not that casual sex actually causes depression or anxiety. So, if you're going out and you're sleeping with all kinds of different people all the time, then you could actually be depressed. Or you could be extremely happy. I think that could probably go actually either way, to be honest with you. So that's another study that I think is just full of crock. I really do. New York, they've got a bar in New York. They have lots of bars in New York, Chris Top. No, this one's made entirely of ice. And it's in New York. And the summers in New York, they can get pretty hot. And if you want to cool off, you can actually go into a mini or a -5 ice bar in Manhattan. And it costs like $20 to get in. Now, everything in the bar, the chairs, the walls, your glass, the lights, it's all made out of that clear Carver's ice. So it's really cool. Now, the bar gets its name from the temperature, 23 degrees Fahrenheit, or -5 degrees Celsius. It actually sounds like the perfect spot, if it's like one of those hot summer days. So for that $20 admission price, you get gloves and you get a parka to keep you warm. And this is actually kind of appealing to me. And I've got something I'm going to say about this too in just a second. Everyone actually has to leave their phone at the door because the heat could actually melt the ice. So you're not allowed to bring your phone into the bar. If you bring your phone in, then the bar could actually just disappear. Now, let's talk about phones for a second. And let's talk about your children. Now, I made an observation. This was probably a couple of weeks ago. I was at one of my favorite places to eat, Old Chicago. And I'm sitting there just enjoying my meal, and I look up, and there's this couple that's sitting across from me. It's the man was on the left, the woman was on the right, and in between them they had this beautiful baby girl. She was probably 2 years old, I'm thinking. So anyway, she's very well behaved, very well mannered, just sitting there, just keeping herself occupied. And what happened to us? Because both of the parents, instead of giving her attention or playing with her, and shame on you if you do this. See, I'm at the point now where if I'm out with my friends or if I'm just hanging with somebody, I try to put my phone away. Because I just think that's a common courtesy thing, because your time when you're out, it's with the person that you're with. It's not with your other 50 friends that are texting you or trying to call you. It's you met that person there, or you went with that person there just for that reason to spend time with them. But more importantly, these two parents, they were both just playing on their phone. I don't know if they were playing Angry Birds. I don't know if they were texting. But they weren't talking to each other. No communication whatsoever. And I watched this table for at least a good 10 minutes. Not one word was said. They hadn't got their food. It's not like they were eating. No food. They were just sitting there texting on their phones the whole time. And this adorable little girl was just sitting there. And she was very calm and collected and just very well-mannered and just sitting there. And they never paid her any attention at all. But look for that stuff, though. I mean, next time you're out in public and you're in a restaurant, try to find that stuff. And it's everywhere. And it's sad, isn't it? Isn't it sad? And it's late. I know it's late. It's 2:10 a.m. I don't know why I'm up. I have no idea. Well, okay, I'm here so I can spend some time with you. Because sometimes this is the only opportunity that I have is early in the morning. So I do want to say hello to all my British friends out there as well. Now, speaking of children, now those late nights, all over the map bedtimes, they could actually be making your kids stupid. Now, it's another study, so you don't have to take it seriously if you don't want to. But researchers, they checked out kids ages 3, 5, and 7, and they monitored both their grades and their sleeping patterns. All right, now parents, listen up. So kids without regular bedtimes, or who hit the sack after 9 o'clock, they actually did worse in reading, math, and awareness. I'm not too good at that stuff either. Now, the study, well, I don't get much sleep, so maybe that's what it is. Now, the studies, they say that the lack of sleep interferes with learning new information. So if you've totally failed on putting your kids to bed at a regular bedtime, the good news, you can still establish a good bedtime routine early in childhood. So it's never too late. Now, if your college kids have moved back in, they've graduated college, they've come back home, and they're staying up all night, maybe a little too late for them. I don't know that you can do anything about that. You can try. I mean, they're living in your house. It's your rules. So, I mean, I guess you could give it a shot. I don't know if it's going to do any good, though. Now, tell me if you think this is a scam, because I think this is a scam. Now, I don't know what this is a lot of parent talk tonight. I should have made this the parent show. Aren't diapers expensive? I mean, mine were little, like 16 years ago, 18 years ago. So I've forgotten exactly how much diapers cost back then. Back then, diapers were made of wood. We made our own diapers out of wood, and we wore them, and we liked them. Sometimes you'd get a splitter in your ass. Now, every time... See, I think this is a scam, because I think they're just trying to make more money off of the diapers, because this is useless. I didn't have this stuff on my diaper. I turned out okay. I did. I really did. So every time a baby pees in his or her diaper, it's not just about a diaper change. it's a good time for a health check. Now, a New York startup called Pixie Scientific has developed a diaper that they say can detect potential urinary tract infections, kidney issues, or even dehydration. How did they survive the past 100 years with those useless diapers that we wore? Now, the front of the diaper has a patch with several colored squares. Each square changes colors as it reacts to different compounds, such as proteins or bacteria. And, of course, there's a smartphone app. Every diaper should have a smartphone app. Come on, it's 2013. Where are you at? So there is a smartphone app for uploading the data for translation. And the data can also be emailed to a physician. Now, the diaper is actually being tested in some children's hospital somewhere at the University of California in September. Sure, I'm sure any parent could go out and afford to buy this diaper. Each one's got this high-tech little patch on it. Sure, yeah, we'll sell you a dozen diapers, just $516. But you can monitor your child's health around the clock, and if you think there might be something wrong, you can email it to your physician. That way he can just ignore it. I don't understand. I really don't understand. I'd like to welcome Supersonic to the show. It's good to see you, Supersonic. Now, I don't know which member of Supersonic you are, so you need to come on out, let me know, and I don't even know what he's talking about. But it's good to have everybody in the chat, and I appreciate you guys being here so late, or for some of you, if you're in Manchester, England, very early, or is it very early? I don't know. So it's 8:08. Okay, so I had to count on my fingers. So it's not 2:02. It's 8:15 in the morning. So I guess that's probably what time I would think normal people probably get up. So good morning, and good morning to everybody. Okay, now, all right. I wasn't going to bring this up, but I thought, what the hell, because if I don't bring it up, somebody's going to bring it up in the chat. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Oh, I hope I can make it through this. I've made it through. I've overcome a lot in my life. I really, really have. And people that really know me, they know that. They know that I've overcome things. And this is just one thing I can't get past. It's like that. It starts like in your upper chest, and it starts to swell in your throat, and it's like... So, okay, I'm going to get started. I'm going to make it as far as I can. So, are you feeling just a little bit of social media apathy? Well, don't worry, because you're not alone. Everyone's favorite flamboyant pop star, Lady... Okay, hang on. Oh, maybe if I talk fast. Everyone's favorite flamboyant pop star, Lady Gaga. Oh boy. That was a good one. That came from the bowels of my stomach. I mean, that was like, whoa. I think there was some roast beef in there, and I haven't had roast beef for a week. Excuse me. So anyway, Lady Gaga, she's taken an unexpected Twitter hiatus, which many believe is in preparation for her highly anticipated Art Pop. And that's her new album. Now, she's replaced her photo with that little egg avatar from Twitter. And on her bio, it now reads, "This interface has been shut down temporarily." This interface has been shut down temporarily. Now, please check back for updates, is what it says. Now, she's also deleted any tweets that she posted after her hip surgery in February. Fans are actually feeling dejected and concerned. They are. So nobody really knows what's going on with with hang on. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Nobody really knows what's... Oh, screw it. I can't do it.
It's been a long time since I came around. Been building up a bunker underneath the ground. I'm hiding from JWoww's new scary facelift. Space is getting frisky with Planet X. I found out that Sarah Palin is a lizard with specs. The dance mom's teacher tried to dance and caused a polar shift. I said, look around, it won't be long till the lizards land a spaceship right on top of your lawn. So just sit back down and don't prepare. I'll be ready with my tinfoil for the solar flares. There's something about her face. Something when you connect the dots, you find a message from an alien race. Just another sign of the end, but you just keep on rolling your eyes. It's time that you wake up and see the signs. A few years back, the Mayans let you know that the sky would rain white powder. Wait, that's Lilo's blow. Guido's running rabbit and Credence too. Nostradamus, he foresaw the birth scene in Breaking Dawn. It was just a sign of what's to come, what Snooki spawned. Don't get the apocalyptic blues. I said sit back down, it won't be long till Kim Kardashian leaks another disaster song. Don't ask for mercy, no, don't you beg. Oh no, the city's been attacked by Angelina's leg. There's something about Tom Cruise. He's got intergalactic connections. He's gotta know something that we all don't. I mean, the man wears platform shoes. It's clear now, all the orange spray tins are a sign we're all gonna fry. But then the Kardashians should be enough proof the end is nigh.
Operation Skidmark.
Sir, we have found the Russian secret weapon. They have developed an anti-shrinking ray. We are fighting giant Russians. And sir, it would seem as though they're taking giant craps on all the men. There ain't no way I'm gonna ride on that across that water.
I will show you puny Americans what the true Call of Duty is.
Look, we need a chopper in here yesterday. The men are dropping like flies. Wait a minute, that was a fly. Never mind.
I love the smell of duty in the morning. Call of Duty, Operation Skidmark. Chris Top, the man, the legend, the myth, the lie. Lie number one. Everyone on Spreaker knows that Chris Top cheats his play statistics. Oh yeah, of course I cheat. Not many people know this, but I happen to be the only one on Spreaker with a super secret embedder code. I can put my player on any site that I have access to. No one else has this power. Lie number two. Chris Chris Top fakes his ranking. Oh, well, I use internet cafes, libraries, things like that. I hire homeless people and I force them to watch the show. It's cheap labor. We all know one thing for sure. No one would ever listen to Chris Top simply because he has a good show. Oh yeah, I tried that. Doesn't work. Lie number 3. Chris Top steals followers. Oh yeah, that's the easiest thing ever. People are only allowed to follow one person at a time on Spreaker. Plus, when other DJs go live, I send out a high-frequency alert that brings other people to my show. It hypnotizes them. Honestly, the Chris Top program sucks. All those people in my live chat, they're my cousins. Hello, fellow citizens. This is the latest in dork news from around the world. Those wacky potheads may not be as high as they think. They may have our milk money, but we still have all of our brain cells. Fellow dorks, never fear. Those mean girls who steal your bike every day are going to soon end up in Jailsville. Let's see how life looks behind the slammer. Not so much fun making knives out of soap just to survive, is it, ladies? Remember, kids, be a dork, be proud, be hip.
Be a dork, be proud, be hip. It took me... When did I start Spreaker? It took me 39 years or so to come up with that. And I think it's brilliant. Now, speaking of dorks and speaking of brilliance, it's time now for the Dork National Anthem. So, please, if you're a dork, go ahead and stand to your feet, place your hand over your heart, and I want you to say this. Because this is the Dork National Anthem by my good buddy Belgium Tim. We're going to follow it up with the Wabba Rap by Big N. So I want you to say this. I'm a dork. I'm proud. Oh, and I'm hip. Because dorks can say hip and still be cool. Like super cool.
I'm working on being awesome every day. I'm working on being awesome every day. I'm working on being awesome every day. I'm not really awesome to this day, but I'm working on being awesome every day. I'm not awesome today, but I'll be one day.
Yeah, Big N in the building, representing the dorks. Dorks of the world unite, y'all. Yeah. Hey there, everybody, I got something to say. The sky ride over there is Wabba every single day. Okay, what is Wabba?
It gets those creepy cold things.
No, dude, it's just a little dork singing. Well, W is working, O is on it, B is being, and A is for awesome, and that's the dork saying. I'm already awesome, but that's okay, cause Mr. Chris Top is too, but he just doesn't know it. And so are all of you from here on to the far. And just so you know, life is good and I'm gone.
All right, if you have a show on Spreaker, and if you don't know who I'm talking to and you're listening outside of Spreaker, come on over. It's like speaker with an R. It's Spreaker.com. Sign up. It's fun. It's easy. It's free. And then you can actually join me in the chat. You can be a voice in my head. See, I'm not really talking to... I'm talking to my friends in the chat. They step in, they comment, they say, and I don't even share what half of what they say. Some of it I can't. And some of it's just utterly ridiculous. But some of it I do share. So that's who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to myself. I'm not talking to Abby. Of course, I do sometimes talk to Abby. But if you're an air personality on Spreaker, go ahead and type the word show into the chat, because now it is time to spread the Spreaker love. And what I want you to do is click on their name, make sure you give them a follow, listen to them at least one time. If you don't like it, don't listen again. But if you do like it, then congratulations, you've spread the Spreaker love.
We're just here to spread that love all around. Spread it around. Spread it around.
And the cool thing is, you can spread the Spreaker love all you want, and you don't have to wear protection. That's how cool it is. There was a woolly mammoth that was actually discovered. Yeah, and if you can go to Tokyo, then you should go. Because there's amazing preserved, and it's the remains of a woolly mammoth, 39,000 years old. And it's a chick mammoth. It's an exhibition. It's an exhibition hall in Yokohama. Now, the mammoth was discovered trapped in ice in Siberia. So its upper torso was actually above the ice, and it was in soil, so that left it very vulnerable to predators. But the rest of the animal's body was actually safely surrounded, leaving its lower torso, 2 legs, and the snout safe. And I'm sitting here, I'm looking at a picture of it, and this is cool. I mean, this thing walked and roamed around 39,000 years ago. That's really cool. So the scientists say that this is the most well-preserved specimen that's ever been found. And it's even more valuable in the fact that we're also able, and see, this is the scary part to me, we're also able to retrieve blood from the carcass. So I'm hoping I don't get up one morning and I walk outside and I see woolly mammoths, like in my neighbor's yard playing catch. See, that would be a little too weird for me. I don't want them to clone any woolly mammoths and bring them back. Some people I think would be all about that, but it scares me because... Have you seen Jurassic Park? I mean, you know what could happen, right? My buddy Scott just got back from Hawaii, and they actually filmed Jurassic Park there, or I guess parts of it. But he was a tourist. He stood in front of the little Jurassic Park sign that they have on the island. So anyway, I thought I'd bring that up. Okay, here's some advice for you. If you're ever swimming in a Florida river that you know is infested with alligators, don't kick any logs. Or at least determine whether the log was actually a log and it's not a 10-foot alligator. Andrew Hudson kicked an alligator because he thought it was a log. He's 17 years old. He was paddling with his friends in a river. He kicked the log that wasn't a log. So the agitated logigator, it grabbed Hudson by the head, by its mouth. I mean, they can't use those little T-Rex arms to grab their head. It was the mouth. So he dragged him under. Now, he managed to actually swim to shore with a bloody head, and he needed stitches, but he's going to be fine. But the alligator, however, is going to be trapped and killed. Now, I'm not an animal activist. You know, PETA, I don't agree with PETA. I think PETA's crazy. I love my cat. I have a cat. I wouldn't eat my cat. But when I read this story, dude kicked the alligator. I mean, if somebody kicked me, I would attack them back, right? I don't know if I'd bite their head, but I might attack them back if someone kicked me. I mean, unless it was an accident. But see, I know whether or not it was an accident. See, the alligator doesn't know that. So, dude kicked the alligator, so he attacked the alligator. So why should the alligator be trapped and killed? I don't understand that. I mean, after they do that once to a person, are they prone to attack people? If that's the case, I can understand. But see, I don't think that the alligator should be trapped and killed because dude kicked him or her, whatever. But that's just my 2 cents on that. Now, I'm just going to mention this story, okay? Think what you want to think. You can insert your own jokes here. But it's a great day, I think, in America when we consider taking off our hats to solemnly move our hips like yeah. We take off our hats to solemnly move our hips like yeah. As of Tuesday afternoon, 613 people had signed a petition urging President Obama to change our national anthem from Francis Scott Key's very boring Star Spangled Banner to Miley Cyrus's patriotic ode, Party in the USA. Can you believe she was Maxim's hottest girl? I might understand trashiest girl, but hot, really? I'm getting off subject. The We the People petition needs at least 100,000 signatures by August 1st for the White House to even look at it. That means we've only got, 99,000 plus signatures to go? It's what is best for the country, is what the petition says, which is filed under the firearms, human rights, and arts and humanities categories. Like I said, just insert your own jokes. Say what you want to say. These people, why don't they get a life? You're really going to walk around with a petition like that? And worse than that, dude, people are really signing it. I don't understand. I really don't. Okay, now I'm going to switch into serious mode for a second. The Cleveland kidnapping victims. Amanda Berry, Gina, I hope I'm saying her name right. Gina DeJesus, is that how you say it? It's DeJesus, DeJesus, I guess. And Michelle Knight. Now, you remember, they were kidnapped and they were held captive for 10 years. They broke their public silence in a very emotional video that was actually posted on YouTube, and this was Monday. Now, the women all expressed gratitude for the support that they've received from friends, from their families, the local community, and the Cleveland Courage Fund. Now, Amanda Berry commented that it's been a blessing to have such an outpouring of love and kindness. Now, Michelle Knight, the longest-held victim, she revealed in her tear-jerking statement, and I'm going to play it for you in a second. And it really is a tear-jerking statement. It really is. She refuses to let the ordeal take over her life anymore. This is what she says. She says, "I have been through hell and back, but I'm strong enough to walk through hell with a smile on my face and with my head held high." These women are heroes. They really and truly are. So I want you to listen to what they have to say. And if you ever feel like you're having a bad day or things in your life just aren't working out, I want you to think about these women.
First and foremost, I want everyone to know how happy I am to be home with my family, my friends. It's been unbelievable. I want to thank everyone who has helped me and my family through this entire ordeal. Everyone who has been there to support us. Has been a blessing to have such an outpouring of love and kindness. I'm getting stronger each day, and having my privacy has helped immensely. I ask that everyone continues to respect our privacy and give us time to have a normal life.
Thank you everyone for your love, support, and donations, which helped me build a brand new life. I just want everyone to know I'm doing just fine. I may have been through hell and back, but I am strong enough to walk through hell with a smile on my face and with my head held high and my feet firmly on the ground. Walking hand in hand with my best friend, I will not let the situation define who I am. I will define the situation. I don't want to be consumed by hatred. With that being said, we need to take a leap of faith and know that God is in control. We have been hurt by people, but we need to rely on God as being the judge. God has a plan for all of us. The plan that He gave me was to help others that have been in the same situations I have been in. To know that there's someone out there to lean on and to talk to. I'm in control of my own destiny with the guidance of God. I have no problem expressing how I feel inside. Be positive. Learn that it's important to give than to receive. Thank you for all your prayers. I'm looking forward to my brand new life. Thank you.
They don't have very far to go when it comes to working on being awesome. You, my friends, are in the right place. You're listening to the Chris Top program.
Chris Top, the king of all dorks.
America is about freedom. I'm Adam Raposa. And every time I look and I see somebody trying to stop Americans from enjoying their freedom, this is my truck. All I can think is, I'm a lawyer. Why don't you get in my way? I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer! Don't get in my way! And if you're prosecuting my client, this is my truck. I am a lawyer. I'm Adam Raposa. My way!
My name is Dorkimus Prime, leader of the Dorkobots. I was sent to this tiny planet in hopes of uniting all dorks against the evil Deceptadouche. Dorkobots, roll out.
Quickly, Saeed! The Americans are coming! We must go!
No, ridiculous. We cannot go anywhere. I'm listening to Chris Top. It's incredible. He is about to do the lyrical playhouse.
No, but you don't understand! The Americans are coming! We must go! The bombs are in the truck! We must get in the truck! We must go!
You go. I am staying and listening to Chris talk. Wabba. Alright, freeze, dirtbags! This is Ranger 6-2 Echo. I've got 2 in custody. Forget about it, you American pig. You tell your president, these are my terms. You make Chris Top program world syndication, or I will raise a pillar of holy fire in each of your cities each week until my demands are met. Listen to the Chris Top program on Spreaker.com, or else.
Listen to the program, or what else? Wasn't that touching, though? I mean, really, it pulled at my heartstrings. And I watched. I got a chance to watch the video as well, and I got a chance to see these girls. So if you get the opportunity, go to YouTube and check that out for sure. I'm sure it'll move you as well. You know, when I think about nuclear power plants, I really don't get good visions in my mind. Well, then when I think about floating nuclear power plants, that just seems like a disaster. Now, according to Russia's largest shipbuilder, the country could have a fully operational floating nuclear power plant by 2016. Now, to me, this just spells trouble. I mean, I understand the good that can come out of it, but still, I don't know, you've got a power plant, you're moving it all the time. It's almost like just a slow-moving bomb, isn't it? Now, construction on the massive vessel began in 2007, but it's been on hold for 2 years due to lack of funds. Now, assuming that they get enough cash together, the floating reactor will reportedly be able to withstand tsunamis, crashes with other ships, or crashes with structures on land. Would it withstand a bombing? That's what I would like to know. Now, the appeal of this type of power plant, it can actually be towed to remote locations that would otherwise be unable to sustain or afford a nuclear power plant. But I mean, how are they going to make money how is it going to pay for itself if it's going to go to locations that can't afford something like that? How are they all of a sudden going to be able to afford it? And then what happens when it just pulls off and leaves? I don't understand. Now, the floating power plant will have a 69-person crew. I don't know if I'd want to work on that boat or not. Do you imagine being the doctor on the boat? It's not a tumor. I would be worried to death all the time. But it could provide power to a city of up to 200,000 people. So, I don't know. Maybe it's good. Maybe it kind of scares me a little bit. It does. I don't want it pulling up next to me. I really don't. What is this? There's some crazy woman that's... She's been living at the airport in Cancun. I mean, I guess if you're going to live at an airport, Cancun would be... okay, well, no, I wouldn't really want to be stuck at the airport in Cancun all the time. But she's been living at Cancun's airport. Now, she has a passport. She's a Mexican citizen. And people have seen her withdraw money from an ATM. So clearly she's not totally destitute. But she's been seen eating, sleeping, and even bathing at different locations throughout the airport. She's also been talking to herself in both Spanish and in English. So she's a little crazy. But she hasn't caused any trouble. Now, federal police say that she hasn't committed any crimes, so they can't force her to leave. So I don't know. Why is she staying at the airport? I know it's not the food. And that food's expensive too, dude. Why do you want to pay that much money for bad food? I mean, at least in school, it was cheap. And at least in prison, we pay for it for them. I'm just saying. Now, Josie Cunningham, she caused this big uproar. It was back in March after England's National Health Service funded a $7,135 operation for her to have 36 double D breast implants. You know how ticked we would be here in America if our tax dollars went to breast implants? Now, she reportedly has a condition which she has no natural breast tissue. Now, of course, taxpayers were PO'd because she admitted that hoping her new boobs would secure her a modeling gig. Now, the 23-year-old mom wants to get the implants removed now. And she wants to get them removed for free, of course. So, not only do I want your tax dollars to give me boobies, but now I'm not so happy with them. So, now I want your tax dollars to remove them. She says that the operation has actually made her more self-conscious. It turns out the media attention has led to bullying rather than an invitation to Hugh Hefner's pad. They're so big, I find them embarrassing. I don't feel I can do any modeling because they've attracted so much negative attention. She's not even that pretty. I mean, you look at her, you see her boobs, and it's like, wow. And then you like, the rest of her is not so pretty. I think I get a modeling job anyway. Maybe it's your face and not your boobs. Maybe that's why you can't. Keep the boobs. See if the taxpayers can get you a new face. That might help you a little more, baby. You know how we've always heard that America is the fattest country in the world? Well, guess what? We're not. I was kind of excited when I read this. Now, there's a new report out. It's from the United Nations, and if it's from the United Nations, then you know it must be right. America has lost its cholesterol-soaked crown as the fattest populous nation and is now trailing. Who do you think it is? I'll give you one guess. One guess who it is. It's Mexico. Now, this is when it comes to adult obesity rates. More than 70% of Mexican adults are overweight. 1/3 of teens there have weight problems as well. Now, the children are being programmed for obesity, is what they're saying. It's a very serious epidemic. Experts say that the numbers on their scales are getting bigger because of Mexicans' reliance on vitamin T. That's vitamin T fried carb-heavy food, such as tacos, tamales, and tostadas. Now, see, whoever wrote this article just makes me mad because they couldn't just leave America out of it and just say, hey, Mexico, they're getting fat. They're getting fatter than us. Yeah, I've got my couch made of Cheetos, which I sit here and I just eat constantly, and I don't have to move. I don't have to get up. I don't have to walk. I don't have to do nothing. If I want to, I can just lay down and I can lick my Cheeto couch. But see, over in Mexico, they've got the tacos. They got the taco couch. And they've got little tamale pillows. So they just sit there and they just eat their taco and tamales. And their tostadas. The little tostada couch. So they couldn't just leave it at Mexico just being fat. They had to throw America under the bus. So vitamin T fried carb-heavy foods such as tacos, tamales, and tostadas, as well as the prevalence of cheap snacks. And here we go, throwing America under the bus now. American-style fast food restaurants. See, that's what it's gonna come down to. It's gonna be like, well, the reason Mexico's getting fatter, it's all fat America's fault because they go and they put that McDonald's in there. And they were so much healthier in Mexico when all they had were their tacos and their tamales and their tostadas, their cheap snacks. But then America had to throw in Burger King. It had to throw in Kentucky Fried Chicken. It had to throw in McDonald's. That's what moved the Mexicans from fat to totally, ridiculously obese. So American-style fast food restaurants and the higher costs, and it's also the higher cost of healthy food options. Now, the reason I'm fat is because I just can't afford to eat grapes. I can't afford to go out and buy a carrot. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to eat my Twinkies. Screw the carrots. I know they're healthy. Oh, if I'm going to eat a carrot, you better give me a lot of ranch. Because I want one of those little baby carrots. I want to drop it into a gallon of ranch. Then I want to take a straw. I'm going to put the straw down into the ranch. And I'm going to start sucking all the ranch up. And I realize the baby carrot's not going to fit through the straw. But that's the idea. I was never going to eat the baby carrot in the first place. I'm just going to sit here and drink the ranch. That's what this world's coming to, you know. I'm not joking. It's what it's coming to, I'm telling you. I really appreciate everybody being here today. I do. See, this is how I get so early in the morning. And see, John Gonzalez, he brought up a very good point. He said there's way too many Taco Bells in Mexico. See, Mexico, that's why you're getting fat. That's why you're getting, because there's too many Taco Bells. You need to rise up against Taco Bell. Whenever I do those voices, I have to cough. I don't know why. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Chris Top program. I do not, and when I say this, I hope you know that I'm being sincere every time I say it. But I do not, nor will I ever take any of you for granted. There are a million other things that you could be doing, but you chose to listen to me. And that makes me feel pretty damn special. So thank you so much. Until I broadcast again, please remember this. I'm Chris Top, bitch. I'm kidding. Please remember this. Life is good, and I'm gone.
Is it over yet?
Completely over.
You have been exposed to the Chris Top program.
Yeah, okay, are we done? I really gotta get a life.
I didn't go anywhere. I'm still here. You can't get rid of the top. Brenda says, eat more veggies, Mexico. Don't use the ranch. Try tasting the carrot. Savor the carrot. You don't need ranch. You need ranch with everything. You do. You need ranch with everything. Now, the reason I'm back, if you ever listen to my show, I don't automatically leave after the outro because this is for the true fans of the Chris Top program, And I know who you are, one guy that is the true fan of the Chris Top program. And I want to say hello to all the professional Googlers out there. I heard that I have a very large following of professional Googlers that listen to the show. So I just wanted to say hello to all of you. You know, I think that would be a fun job, wouldn't it? I mean, you just sit in front of the computer all day, which a lot of people do anyway, and you just Google stuff. You know what I thought would be even even a better job than that? When was the last time you went to a public place, like a restaurant, and they had one of those wet floor signs out? I would like to get a job, I think, as a wet floor sign. How cool would that be? I mean, you would wear this like black and yellow outfit, I guess. Kind of like if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, it would be the greatest job ever. And then you just stand there in the restaurant. And as people walk by, if somebody spills, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Watch your step, dude. You're going to fall. You know, and you're there doing your job as the wet floor sign. You can like help little old ladies across puddles. Like, whoa, dude, you're playing with fire there. You're going to step in that iced tea that's on the floor. So I think that would be the greatest job. You just hang out at the restaurant, and you just make sure nobody falls. So I would like to get a job as a wet floor sign. So I'm thinking maybe I'm going to search Monster and see if anybody's looking for something like that. That could be interesting, actually. I mean, you get somebody that's kind of funny. You get them to hang out in a restaurant as the wet floor sign. Pay them minimum wage, whatever, and just let them do this all day. So that could actually be very interesting. I mean, it would almost make you want to just spill stuff. So you could hear the wet floor sign like talk. Whoa, buddy, what are you trying to do? You're trying to kill yourself and your family. Watch the hell where you're going. You're going to fall. There's a piece of ice there. I mean, I know it's not wet yet, but it's going to be. So this is preventative maintenance. That's what I'm doing. You ever heard of Michael Carroll? He's another one of those crazy Brits. Now, he was a lottery winner. He was at one time working as a garbage man. And then all of a sudden, Garbage Guy wins $14.5 million. Now, if you're in Britain, that's 9.7 million pounds. Now, and he was only 19 years old. Now, imagine yourself at 19 years old, and you just all of a sudden came across $14.5 million at 19 years old. Would you have lived to see your 20th birthday? Well, at least the guy lived, right? Now, he blew it all. This is what he blew it on. $14.5 million on drugs. Don't really get that. On girls. Kind of get that. And on booze. Don't really get the booze. And now, 11 years later, he's 30 years old. And he works at the Walker's Shortbread Factory in Scotland for $9 an hour. You have all this money, and you just let it slip through your fingers. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, it's probably good I didn't have that much money at 19. But just give me a shot. Give me a shot now. I'm 41. I'm not 42 yet, so don't even say it. I've still got 6 days, world. 6 days before I'm 42. So just chill out. So he works for $9 an hour. Despite his fall from riches, this is what he says, I'm definitely happier because I'm back to reality again, after friends told him that he'd be dead in 6 months if he didn't stop his wild ways. Now, he actually headed to Scotland. I guess he was homeless for a while until he found his factory job. And that allowed him to get a place to live. And now he's a reformed hellraiser, and he says, I treasure my weekly pay on a Friday more than any lottery fortune, is what he says. But I guess he still has the sweet memories of the drugs and the girls and the booze. I don't even understand. How you spend 14. Don't wish me happy birthday. Stop it. It's not my birthday yet. And John's going to take me to Hooters for my birthday. See, now he's got a good excuse. Now he's got to take me. But I don't understand how you can waste that much money on booze and drugs and chicks. I mean, are you going into bars and treating like, and then inviting like the surrounding neighborhoods to come into the bar and treating them every night, like for 20 years? Are you buying everybody prostitutes? What are you doing? How does that even work? See, now John's making it very tempting. Now, I don't think they'd have lap dances at Hooters, but we can ask. I bet if we went into Hooters with $14.5 million, I bet you, by golly, we could get a lap dance for that. And that might be what he did. He might have gotten those $5,000 lap dances. That could have very well been the case. I don't know. But this time it's for real, guys. It's time for me to get out of here. But once again, I'm going to say it. I love you. And please remember, until I broadcast again, life is good. And I'm gone.
I am the Dorkinator. I was sent from the future to make the world a safer place for all of the dorks. My primary objective is to dorkinate anyone who gets into my way. If you are not a dork, I will pummel your head between my mighty dorky thighs until you're dorkinated. I will smash you in the dorkhood like the little puny sissy baby you are. The future will be better for all dorks of the world. Now I have to get to the jobber.
The Chris Top Program, listened to by tens of thousands of people, with podcast on over 30 sites worldwide, but only live on Spreaker.com.
I was wondering, are you going to eat that? No, I swear, you burn calories while you're listening to my show. Lots of calories. It's like setting a fat kid on fire. No, it's not WOBA, it's WABA. WABA. Dude, my neighbor just busted me stealing his Wi-Fi. I've got to end the show now.
The Chris Top Program. Join the best chat on Spreaker.com.